When I deal with issues in my life and I feel controlled by something or another, whatever it is, if a client says to me, are you available at this particular time, and I feel controlled by that, I remind myself, in this moment I'm projecting power onto the client. I am the one who can create the experience of having a convenient counseling session. Instead of depending on a client and working around them, that's projecting my power to say, at their convenience, I can focus on a mutual convenience and create that to be true. So, if I'm working with some legal issues, etc., and I think, oh, it's in the judge's hands, the magistrate's hands, it's in the lawyer's hands, what am I doing? Projecting power outside. Then I remind myself, okay, this is a power projection. Last night my power projection was onto a mosquito. I'm sitting there in line, I'm hearing this thing buzzing around me, and I'm getting irritated, and I'm thinking, my God, this mosquito is causing me such hell. Oh, power projection. I projected my power. I think the mosquito has the ability to affect me. Instead of me putting out the vibration that I am completely at ease and there's no mosquitoes bothering me or can bother me, I'm having a beautiful evening sleep or night sleep. And that's what I did, and things shifted. So, in the smallest ways, you might be driving in town and you might think, I can't find the parking, and you might fail to realize that you're projecting power on, town is busy, there's a lot of traffic, you can't get a parking at this is rush hour. You're projecting power onto your mind and your stories. So you don't know that actually you create all experiences. Whether you project power and you don't get the parking, you created that one because through your power projection. Or you can withdraw your power projection and you can say, I'm creating the experience of having a parking that is more suitable for me. And I own my power of vibration, and I own the power that is God, the all-powerful. Nothing can come between us. We're a solid unit. And then you watch what happens in your reality. That's why I said to you, in the last week, including today, I am having such miracles. I went earlier to Checkers, up the road here, to buy some refreshments, milk and all that. And no parking. I drove this way, drove that way, and I recognized, okay, I'm putting my power in somebody else. I'm waiting for somebody else. I'm hopeful. I'm uncertain. Instead of certainly creating the reality that I want. I want a convenient parking. I want to go to the ATM. I want to go to Checkers. I want a convenient parking. And the first parking, and so happened the car in front of me stopped at that parking. And it didn't go into the park. I thought there's no parking. As I went there, I see the parking is waiting for me. First parking up the ramp. I walked down the ramp, straight to APSA, straight into Checkers, out again, back in the car. First parking. So I'm becoming aware more and more every day. I am thinking that something else or somebody else is controlling my experience of life. Like how millions of people across the country think, we can't get a job unless somebody gives us a job. We can't make money unless somebody gives us a job. Instead of saying, I'm creating the experience of a job, and it happens like that. So in this country, around the world, we are trained to project our power out. And that's why we live in the madhouse that we live in, the insanity, the craziness, etc. Because the system is designed to give your power away. And those people who are aware of this knowledge, and be aware that there are a lot of people who are aware of this knowledge, they are in the elite classes. This knowledge is privy to the elite classes. High degree Scientologists, Brotherhood, Illuminati, they have this knowledge of vibration. They have libraries on it. The Masonic lodges and all, they have this information. They've been sharing it with one another. They don't have all of it, but they have the bit about vibration and how vibration is reflected. They don't use the power that is God. And that's why this teaching was Moses taking over the magicians of Pharaoh. Pharaoh's magicians were using the Illuminati and those methods, vibrational methods. When Moses went to Pharaoh to challenge Pharaoh called his magicians forth and said, who are you telling me these things? I've got my advisors. These are my advisors. These are my magicians. So Pharaoh's magicians, according to the scriptures, threw their ropes or whatever, it became snakes. And Pharaoh says, you see what we can do with our magic? We have knowledge and understanding that you don't know. We are superior to you. So Moses turned to God. God said, throw thy staff. And he threw his staff. And that staff became a big like python that ate and consumed the other ones. And in that moment, Pharaoh's magicians bowed down to Pharaoh's magicians bowed down to Moses, said, "We believe in the God of Moses." You see, so there are people on the planet who use these principles to prosper financially. You wonder, somebody had no money, within one generation they're mega millionaires and they progress to such levels. You think they're good businessmen. Let me tell you something. They are good businessmen. They are good singers, artists. They are good people, whatever way. But that's not enough to become a superstar, super successful person. The people that are super successful, the Forbes 400, every one of those leading companies, the pioneering visionary holders are members of societies, etc., that have this knowledge. So those who are super successful on the planet, don't ever think that they are just got there because of luck, etc. They have been trained, they have been mentored, they have been guided by other people to use vibration, to go beyond the limitations of the minds that we have. That's why they look at us as peasants. They call us goyim. We are referred to as goyim, cattle. And I don't blame them, because look around us, you see we are like goyim too. You know what I mean?
Sheep.
Yeah, you see, sheeples. I call it the sheeples. We're the same. The sheeples, you see. And they look down upon us because they have the elite class. That's why they have ruling power, because they know what it takes from them, and they feel good about themselves, and and they have this knowledge, and they see themselves as superior to everybody else. But the beauty of it is, the Blissful Living Teachings will give you what they give you and more, because they don't know the power of divine. They use energy and vibration, and they use ego power to use it for excitement purposes, to progress and succeed in financial and monetary terms. Power, ego. If you look at the history of the Second World War and Hitler and all that, I watched this movie recently. I don't know if you all saw it. The Book Thief. Did you watch The Book Thief? Very nice movie. Get a chance, see it. But Hitler's signs, the swastikas that they had everywhere, is an occult sign. It's the shifting of the Aryan sign the other side. And Hitler was big onto the occult and using powers of the occult, etc., etc. So they were dabbling in it for a long time, and they were using these powers for political and personal gain. And that this teaching is pure, because it always focuses on security first, satisfaction second. It always focuses on love. It always focuses on mutual benefit. It always focuses on everybody benefiting when you benefit. You understand what I'm saying? When they use the teachings that they have of vibration, they use it from a very egoic way and to power over others. They use the symbols, it's all around, symbols. You'll see it wherever you look, of their fellowship. So the ruling elite and the families that, I think about 5 families that rule the world, the 3% of the world that owns the 97% of the world's resources, they are privy to knowledge that allow them to do that. And it involves stepping on other people and keeping other people's frequency low. So those people who are working with the media and those families who rule the media, the elite are those who are royalty first, and second they hold the monopolies. And they're all one group. The royalties and the monopoly holders, they work together. So anything that involves monopolies, whoever's involved in it, whether it's media, etc., and they all come together to use fear and control to manipulate and all that. They work with the frequencies. They're very clear about frequencies. They're very sharp about it. But they work in a power-overing way. Here, we work with the energy of the heart. We work with going beyond tribalism, beyond relationships that are push and pull and adversarial. We enter into a relationship with ourselves, self-appreciation. We move into love, the connection with divine energy. We use expression of what satisfies us, of who we are, of respect for ourselves and other people. We go into vision and creativity as to what we see we want to create, and that is meaningful for us and everybody else. And then we connect with the creativity that we are, the Spirit of God and God itself. So we have opened up every energy center We're not in the tribal, we're not in the relationship with others, powering over, adversarial. We're in for the self and supporting the self and appreciating the self with the energy that is unconditional love. We use love to manifest, and we express the truth of who we are, our real selves and our satisfaction. And we use our visionary abilities, the third eye, the visions of what it is. We enter that reality and we empower it with the creativity that is God. See, so there is a science that is being shared with you, and it is a universal science that serves everybody. There are aspects of this that are taken out and given to others for ego use. It's a different story. So I just thought I'll share that with you. So thank you for your sharing.